Allah alongside
your man D.Yale.
Yes, the sophomore of the year. You know what?
Yeah.
I appreciate everything that you do. I want you to know that you are a key element in this situation.
Wow.
Happy Father's Day.
Hey, yeah, thank you very much. It feels good to be a good baby daddy, you know.
I don't even want to start with the situation.
Yeah.
Today's Dutty Talk, in lieu of, the whole Father's Day, we're going to talk about baby daddies. Fathers. And not just being a father, but men that step in and take on that responsibility that have nothing to do with the development, or I would say what is it?
Upbringing?
Not really the upbringing, but more so the seed, planting the seed. Yeah. Non-biological parents that take on that fatherly role.
Yeah.
And well, let's start out about the stuff that we know about. The daddies that don't show up.
Yeah. Being coming from a household.
Well, you know what? It wasn't until I was 13 that I realized that people actually had fathers that lived with them. Like, I lived in Canada, and that was the first time when I turned 13, I was living in Canada.
Yeah.
And that was the first time that I actually found out that, like, fathers was real. I was like, you have a daddy? And you
stay in the same house?
And your mother and him like each other?
Is that something that's going on just in this country?
It had to have been, because in New York, I didn't know nobody that had a daddy.
You know?
If they had a daddy, used to hustle on the block and only used to pass them when they was giving them rocks to
exactly,
sell.
You know what I'm saying? What's up, little man? Keep it moving. You know him? Yeah, that's my daddy.
I gotta go hustle this way for him, though. He want me to meet him back on 114th.
That's crazy.
But in growing up, a lot of people don't realize how important it is to have a male role model in the household, especially when you're a female, because a lot of females, when we get older, we long for that fatherly attention, and then you wonder why there's a lot of promiscuity going on, because that's another hoe calling you?
No.
Oh, okay. I told you to put your phone on.
You need to turn the music down in your earphone.
Turn me up. Nah, but yeah, there's a lot of promiscuity going on because women want a male role model, a fatherly figure. I think that's why I have an infatuation with Common, because he have that daddy beard. He just looked like a man that could spank me.
Such a father with those tight checkerboard pants on.
Hey, my daddy is from the 60s. I'm sorry. My daddy was really spanking docious. There's 25 of us, so you got to know it had to have been hot. With his nappy chest hair just poking out.
Yeah. Super sexy. Keeping it super sexy.
But this is one thing that I don't understand. Like, when I was younger, I always wanted, I said to myself that when I get older, I am not going to be a single mom. That was my promise. I was like, if I ever have a kid, I'm not going to be a single mom. And if I am a single mom, I'm not having more than one kid. I have to have a child, whomever I have my children for, have to be for the same person.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, I got one seed, no baby daddy, and it's not going down. So if you're trying to, no, it's not even going to happen. How can I explain that to my daughter? How can I explain, your brother is your brother, but he's your half-brother? Because that shit just don't even make sense.
With that said, coming from a father of 13 kids and finding out just in time that my niece is my niece, yeah.
Hey.
Meet the parents.
Meet the siblings.
Meet the siblings, for real.
Because I was on a train in New York, and I seen this dude, and for some reason I said, he looked dumb familiar, and I like you know how you have that feeling?
Yeah.
And it's drawn to you, and like, I seen you somewhere. But little did I know you look just like the other 24 people that I know.
Yeah. See, in that situation, I didn't have that comfort because I've never seen nobody from my pop side of my family. But I look just like my brother. You know what I'm saying? He's only a 15-year-old version of me. Exactly. So she should have looked at me like, yo, you look like my pops.
Right?
While we on the dance floor grinding You know, turn around and look and say, "Hey, my dad has a bald head." Also,
I could get one better. We got up to my apartment.
Wow.
And the only thing that saved me is I had a picture of my older brother. God rest his soul, just passed away. I had a picture of my older brother sitting on my dresser, and he was like, "Oh, this dude look familiar. He look like my brother."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, word." Then he asked me where I was from, like, you know, because everybody in Brooklyn is from someplace else.
Yeah.
So I gave him the rundown. He was like, "Really? Oh, what's your family name?" And here we go. Oh, snap. My pops is da-da-da. Now, I know that my family, their name, they have a popular name, but they're the only set of people in that island with that name.
Wow. Because
they actually came from North Carolina. So when he said the name, I said, "What's your daddy name?"
Yeah. And that's where you got, you know, all right, me being a father of two, you know, I got my son, Devin, and my older son, Tyron, he stays in New York. They have yet to meet each other. That is my goal. That is my goal. Before, I really wanted it to happen this year. It might not, but I really want that to happen before
at least before
next
they're
year.
Teenagers.
Yes, definitely.
Because once you turn teenagers, it's like, oh, fuck that nigga. He had my daddy around all his life. Fuck that boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, what you done did for me, you know, you always about, you know, and I kind of felt that way when I met my dad. And all my brothers and sisters always talk about he was doing this, he was doing that. And I had no stories. I met him at 25.
Wow.
Yeah, I had no stories. So I'm like, you know, and he knows this. So when he tried to give me the father talk, he like, "I know I can't tell you nothing, but," and I look at him like, never mind. You know.
What about the fathers that are there, or the fathers that aren't there, are unable to be there but want to be there, and women who use children against you to trap you into a situation that you're not happy with?
Yeah, mad because you ain't gonna come by and sleep with them tonight. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Back in focus. Yeah.
Sorry. Wow.
Hey.
I didn't want to comment on that one. But I just can't stand it. Like, I feel slated because I really, like, I did everything I could. I mean, I never argued, didn't do any of that stuff. I just wanted to chill. And I got this story. Well, my pops wasn't around. I don't think I'll be a good person.
You know,
and then it's like, well, if my dad wasn't around, how could I be a model? And I'm like, yo, but it doesn't make a difference.
See, this one thing
your situation.
I can't buy into. It does kind of have a certain effect of the my dad's never been around type storyline. But my father was never around.
But if your dad wasn't around, isn't that more reason why you should be around?
Yeah.